Welcome back, everybody. And now we're going to be talking about a program called Adopt a Grandpal. So let's find out. And to tell us more on this great initiative, again called Adopt a Grandpal, we've invited members of the Bridges to the Heart team. So let's welcome to the Now Morning Show Kristen Lewis, who's the Director of Finance with Bridges to the Heart, Janesta Adana McKnight Charles, who is the Legal Affairs Manager with Bridges to the Heart. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning, team.
Thank you for joining us this morning. It's
Hi, good
fantastic.
morning.
It's fantastic to have you here, and I'm also very interested to find out, about this adopt a grandparent thing. But first, before that, tell us about give us insight into the organization Bridges to the Heart.
Well, Bridges to the Heart, it's a nonprofit organization that is geared towards building or bridging relational gaps. So we started roughly 6 years ago. And what we do, we actually work together with different sectors of the population to just build relational or fix relational gaps, as our name suggests, bridges to the heart. We've spent a considerable amount of time working with the elderly persons. So in that, we've launched our Adopt a Grandparent project. It has been quite successful, I must say. So I want to say thanks to all the volunteers and everyone who would have gotten on board this Adopt a Grandparent project. So that is who we are in a nutshell, right. and some of the projects. So one of the projects that we would have done.
Well, I want to bring Janesta into the conversation a little bit. Janesta, what type of work does this team usually do?
Reality is the Adopt a Grandparent program offers the elderly a chance to interact with the youth. So generally the youth, we tend to forget that one day we would get there. So we involve them in agricultural projects, we involve them in craft making, we involve them in we tend to keep them involved with technology.
All right. It seems that the feed there with Janesta is stuck a little bit. So just to continue the conversation here, Kristen, so the adopt a grandparent, that is something that it tells me that, there's a need to be fulfilled. Can you tell us about this need? What is the need of the elderly that, that your organization decided to create this program?
Right. So what we found after extensive research, we found that elderly persons in home. Hold on, I think I'm getting Janessa back.
Yeah, you may continue. I will chat with Janessa in a bit.
No problem. What we found is that elderly persons in home suffered, as much as it's not the home per se, but suffered a lot of challenges. When you look at displacement, when you look at depression, when you look at all of these things associated with being away and apart from your family. So we sat as a committee, we sat as a board, and we said there are a lot of areas or challenges that exist in Trinidad and Tobago. There are children, there are homeless people, there are different segments of the population, and all of these, there's so much attention and care that goes towards them. We found that there was not enough care and attention and consideration to the elderly population. So we said, you know what? This is where we'll make an impact. And the Adopt a Grandparent, by us taking young persons, vibrant young persons, and bringing them into the home, giving that elderly person expectation, a form of companionship, of something to look forward to. We saw that things like aggression, depression, loneliness, we found that this project drastically changed moods and helped with their interaction as we went from time to time.
And Janesta, tell us about some of the volunteers, what you look for in a volunteer. Janesta?
What we look for in a volunteer, no big criteria. What we look for in a volunteer, we look for someone who's willing, but also someone who is open to participating. We're not even saying we're looking for extroverts or we're looking for very confident people.
Right.
Why I say that, because a lot of people believe that I don't know much about the elderly, or I'm not very confident, or I'm not very extroverted. So maybe I might not be the person to join such a endeavor like this.
Chris,
I
not
say,
only that, remember
go
the
ahead.
elderly, not only that, remember the elderly have their own personalities. So
Right.
therefore, your personality will fit perfectly with some elderly person. You might have something new to bring to the table. So it's an all hands on deck approach. We tend to involve everyone.
And how do you
So,
see?
like she's saying, we bring all come and we'll accept you once you're willing and once you're just open to getting involved.
All right, and well, there must be a process for this selection, considering that you know the individuals would probably have to be background checked and stuff, to have these access to people as well. So, what is the process like for selecting your volunteers, or how can
I'll
interested
let
persons
Janessa.
get involved?
Okay, so the process basically in choosing our volunteers, um, we basically have forms that you fill out with your background information. You state your interests. On the forms itself, we do proper screening, right? Not only that, what we basically do is we ourselves accompany the volunteer on the projects themselves. So they don't have personal interaction unsupervised with the elderly.
Right.
On our team as well, we have security personnel and medical personnel and other persons who are well equipped if we should have an unfortunate scenario to help us.
That's good news. And well, we're now in a time of the pandemic, and the elderly are especially vulnerable to COVID-19. So, being that there are no
Right.
visitations at this time, what are people doing now, to help keep this program going?
Well, I'm actually happy that you asked this question. So I will give my take on it. So Janessa, you give your take and then I'll give mine. So you could go ahead.
You could go ahead.
Okay. So we're happy that you asked this question. We the Adopt a Grandparent project is very interactive. I mean, when you think of social distancing and the Adopt a Grandparent project, it doesn't go hand in hand at all. I mean, we get involved with the elderly people. So what you found is that we sat as a board, as a committee, and thought very hard about what we could do to continue the project while maintaining all these social distancing regulations. As we understand, the elderly would be a part of the most vulnerable population. And we operate with a with board members and that kind of thing. And we had a meeting, and Sasha Bernard, our founder, while casually talking in one of our meetings, said she had an idea. Now, this is one of those ideas that she just, when you get an idea and you're so excited about it. So she came to us with all the excitement. And she said she had an idea of, instead of an Adopt a Grandparent project, we'll do Adopt a Grandpal project. I mean, it took a while for us to wrap our mind around it because,
Right.
I mean, it's something new, it's something different. It took away that physical interaction that we so much got accustomed to and enjoyed. But we said, let's run with it. It gives us a chance to actually show the elderly person that even with all these social distancing rules and regulations, we still care about them, we still love them, and we still have some consideration to them. So,
And it was a way for Trinidad and Tobago and the world by extension to still reach out to the elderly because remember, most of these persons are alone during this pandemic. We would have felt trapped, if I should use such a harsh term, at home due to our social distancing rules and etc. So the elderly, imagine how they would have felt away from family and friends. So it was a nice opportunity for us to reach out and be able to still communicate with them while maintaining social distancing.
Right. And what is the means by which you
To
communicate
have the
with them?
emotional connection, but social distancing.
Yeah. What is the means by which you are still able to communicate by them? I understand that letters are written.
We accept any handwritten form. So it could be a drawing, it could be a card, it could be a letter, it could be typed. We would accept any of these. But however, we ask that they are packaged separately
Right.
if you have more than one grandpal.
Oh, I see. So that make the process a little more streamlined. And for those persons who write letters, do they also get letters back from the grand pals?
Right. So what I want to do right now is just kind of get the listening audience, so the whole of Trinidad, and I mean the whole of the world involved. We want to get the whole of the world involved in this. So what we do, we have a small process, and I'll just kind of briefly just go through the process. So the first process is to go to our Facebook page, Bridges to the Heart. That's Bridges to the Heart, and you like our page.
Our Instagram page as well.
Or you can go to our Instagram page. Once you go to the page, you would look for the Adopt a Grandpal album.
Right.
What we have in this album, we have a selection of 83 elderly persons. We have their name, we have their age, and we have particular interests. Now, as you go through this,
we keep updating the album as well. So don't worry, we have
and we're going to have to stick a pin in it there, guys. But again, you can reach out to Bridges to the Heart on social media. I want to thank you both for joining us this morning, Kristen and Janesta, both of Bridges to the Heart organization. And if you want more information, you can reach out to their social media handles on Facebook and Instagram at Bridges to the Heart and get more information on that. I want to thank you so much.